Once you've put together a decent profile, there's one other critical factor that'll determine your Tinder results. In this video, you'll learn what that factor is, as well as 2 practical tricks for applying it. Let's assume you're subscribed to this channel and therefore have an epic profile. You've added a picture of your cat, you've gone from no matches to tons of matches, and only half of them are prostitutes. The next step is build a system for regular Tinder use. Again, this sounds like common sense, but lots of guys are only using it occasionally when they feel like it. In other words, it's easy to dabble. This is what I did when I first started using Tinder, and I was having a very underwhelming time. The obvious problem with occasional use is less opportunities. The other problem with occasional use is poor utilization of the opportunities you do get. Your matches will be talking to other guys and will also have other things going on in their life. If you don't progress the conversation with them, they'll lose interest or become unavailable. In other words, your opportunities, your open chats with matches, are time sensitive. Finally, less opportunities leads to emotionally over-investing in the ones you do have. So how do you make sure you're using Tinder every day? First, you need to get your psychology down. Then, there are 2 practical tricks you can use to make Tinder part of your daily routine. Let's start with the psychology. If you've ever worked in sales, you might have heard of a concept called the law of averages. In the layman sense of the phrase, this is the idea that if you talk to enough people, eventually some of them will buy from you. In the context of Tinder, this means if you like enough profiles, eventually some of them will match with you. If you talk to enough matches, eventually some will go on a date with you. If you go on enough dates, eventually you'll meet some girls you really get on with. In other words, it works kind of like a funnel. The more likes go in, the more awesome girls come out. If you want to stay motivated to use Tinder consistently, you need to adopt this law of averages mindset. You'll be less worried about how any particular chat pans out because you know that awesome girl will eventually come along if you just keep talking to more. I see guys commenting online about how shitty online dating is because some girl didn't respond well. Don't think like this. Any given chat might go nowhere, it's just part of the game. If you adopt the law of averages mindset and just have a basic okay profile, you'll eventually meet some cool girls. Now you've covered the mindset you need, let's go over 2 practical tips for making sure you use Tinder every day. The first trick is to use external triggers. Instead of relying on willpower alone to use Tinder, try to set up external triggers that prompt you to use the app. These are environmental cues that you associate with Tinder use. For example, waiting between sets at the gym, commuting on public transport, eating lunch, or walking anywhere. Look for mundane activities that are part of your everyday routine and see if you can attach Tinder use to them. This turns your environment into a well-intentioned molester that grabs you by the balls, applies pressure, and says, time to start Tindering. The second trick is to make Tinder fun. This is a simple way to hack your monkey brain so it works for you and not against you. You make Tinder fun by doing other pleasurable activities while using Tinder. For example, while listening to your favorite music, eating good food, or rewatching Austin Powers' quality movie series. Additionally, you can time Tinder use for positive emotional peaks in your day. For example, using Tinder on your way home from work. This associates the yes, just finished work buzz with using the app. That's it for today. I'd really appreciate any feedback, comments, etc. At this stage, I read every comment and I reply to every comment, so that would be appreciated. But otherwise, happy Tindering.